Waiting for late day showers through the day with increasing clouds. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, Hurricane Melissa bearing down on Jamaica with catastrophic flooding and deadly landslides as millions brace for impact, including stranded tourists. And thousands of Wisconsinites will lose SNAP benefits on Saturday. We'll show you where families can get some help. If you're planning to fly for the holidays, we'll tell you the best time to book that plane ticket to save some cash. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Tuesday, October 28th. Hope your morning is off to a great start. Just about 6 a.m. here. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett in the Weather Center, tracking our forecast for the day. Sounds like you're saying not going to be the greatest day out there, is it?
No, it's not. It's going to be one of those cloudy days. It's going to be wet. It's going to be lightly breezy. So if there's anything up in the atmosphere, like sprinkles or anything, that's going to be smacking people in the face all the way across the board when they're walking down the street. Holding on to dry conditions, though, to the east, though, right over the lake. You can see that with this rainfall coming up from the south. It's going to be pushing its way gradually towards the river, and eventually, as it does, we'll see some of that rainfall spill over. But most of the bulk of that rain will be west of the river. We'll also see today cloudy skies giving way to late day showers, cool conditions, but seasonably cool, and then we'll do it again possibly tomorrow morning going into sunrise. Current temperatures in the 30s and the 40s, not much in the way of relief from any type of frost up to the north right now. You may be picking some of that up into the east as well. You see the late day showers coming in around the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hour going to your evening commute, and then similar for Eau Claire as well. Then we get into the highs for the day with 50s widespread, still seasonal as I mentioned before, and we'll be picking up at least 57 for La Crosse and a little bit cooler for Eau Claire. The wind gusts, as I mentioned, will get up to about 20 miles per hour, about 23 gusting in some cases. You'll see that continue on. And once we go into how this all shapes up for tonight, you'll see more showers in the morning for tomorrow. Possibly, you see them right now going to the evening hours for the evening commute, and then possibly returning again for the overnight hours. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for you. So please stick around with me and we'll go through this together.
Thank you, Art. Now to a developing story. Hurricane Melissa barreling down on Jamaica as a powerful Category 5 storm that's expected to slam the island with winds up to 175 miles an hour and as much as 30 inches of rain. U.S. tourists stranded there are hunkering down after their flights were canceled. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn reports.
Millions in Jamaica are bracing for monster Hurricane Melissa, bringing the threat of forceful winds, catastrophic flooding, and deadly landslides.
She's slow and she's wide, so all areas of the island are expected to feel some impact.
Jamaica's Red Cross has set up shelters around the island.
We have been disseminating drinking water, cleaning kits, hygiene kits.
Ahead of the storm, local business owners boarded up doors and windows and piled sandbags.
We are just praying for the less worst to happen.
Stranded tourists are hunkering down in hotels.
We just came to have a good time, and now we're kind of stuck here.
That includes St. Louis hairdresser Marnice Stewart, who's riding out her first hurricane at a Montego Bay resort.
They've been giving us care packages that have like cups of noodles, tuna sandwiches. Continue to pray for Jamaica.
In southern Florida, home to the second largest Jamaican American population in the U.S., volunteers packed boxes of food, water, and other supplies in hopes of getting vital aid to the island nation as soon as it's safe to do so.
I have a lot of family back home in Jamaica that will potentially be impacted by this. We're really nervous for them, but we're very hopeful.
The strongest storm of the year is also expected to slam Cuba and parts of the Bahamas sometime between today and tomorrow. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
There are already reports of power outages and downed trees in Jamaica today. The National Hurricane Center also warning total structural failure is possible in places within the eye wall of the storm. And some local news. A Sparta teacher accused of child abuse is out on bond this morning. Melanie Hines works at Southside Early Learning Center. She's accused of slapping a 5-year-old special education student during gym. The judge setting a $10,000 signature bond with no contact conditions. She remains on administrative leave from her position at the school. It is day 28 of the government shutdown, and it's causing anxiety for thousands in Wisconsin as their SNAP benefits will run out on Saturday. What will people do? News 8's Grace Monk takes a look.
With SNAP benefits set to expire this weekend, La Crosse residents are working to stock little food pantries like this one across town. Over 700,000 Wisconsinites won't receive food share benefits on Saturday. Families on SNAP receive an average of $177 per month for groceries. Janice Hosworth and her neighbors work to keep the Washburn pantry stocked all year. She says it's great to see people stepping up and hopes they'll continue the effort after the shutdown ends.
Just like everybody else, their checks don't stretch. Okay? From payday, to payday, they still need this food, or they have kids, or they have unexpected family stop by. It's a lot of different reasons why people use it.
Hosworth says she usually stocks a pantry with non-perishable food items and hygiene products. You can find a list of Little Pantry locations on our website. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
The Black River Falls School District could ask voters to approve an operating referendum for the first time since 1993. Officials say the district will get less state aid next year because the area's property values went up 13%. That's higher than the state average. Last night, attendees largely supported a resolution to adopt a levy of about $8 million, but the vote is not binding. District officials say they will consider more options. And the La Crosse Public Library honoring the life and legacy of beloved children's librarian Medora Nelson Ferris. Last night, a celebration of Medora's magic brought together friends, family, and community members to share stories and remember her lasting impact. Nelson Ferris was killed in a hit and run last month. The library says she touched countless lives through her dedication to children and literacy.
She was the kind of person that no matter if you had only met her once, she knew your name, she remembered something important about you. She spent hours of her own time to make everything bigger and better for the kids that were here, to make sure that they had a positive connection with the library. And I think she's made our staff all better librarians because of it.
Normal library hours will resume today. A West Salem woman's small dose of extra effort is helping the items at a neighborhood thrift store shine, but the big sparkle she's leaving on the community is the reason why Joanne Neve is our October hometown hero.
Joanne Neve believes in the power of the little things.
Everything you do for your neighbor or your neighborhood or your community, everything moves all of us forward.
Little things like pulling weeds in neighborhood gardens, making rain barrels for the community, and
people don't like to clean shoes, and she's like, they're mine now.
Putting a lot of elbow grease into the items at Thrifty Pickens in West Salem, especially those pesky shoes.
I mean, you look at the shoes, they're immaculate.
Joanne volunteers at the thrift store 10 hours a week, a routine she began 4 years ago. And she loves it.
It's just like Christmas. Sometimes there are things that you, oh, look at this, look at this. And then sometimes it's like socks and underwear.
But it's all good. Even small things like socks are making a huge impact in the community.
Because it all gets used, and if it's not used here, it's used in other places.
Thrifty Pickens also donates a portion of their proceeds each month to local nonprofits. Joanne represents the Washburn Neighborhood Association, putting in the hours to help them fund major outreach projects and events.
Like our National Night Out with the American Legion and our monthly meetings.
She's just given all the time, and she never asks for anything in return.
It's better than sitting at home in the lounge chair in front of the TV. I'm retired. I have to do something with my time.
No complaints from the crew at Thrifty Pickens. The energy and attention to detail Joanne brings to every shift is unmatched.
I'll come up to something and it's like, oh my God, is that even the same thing? Woodwork, glass, anything, shoes.
Especially shoes.
She scrubs those shoes like there's no tomorrow.
Someone else is benefiting from what you're doing, as little and insignificant as you may think it is.
And that's what keeps her going, small task after small task, to conquer those big things.
Maybe by the end of the year, I'd like to see all those shoes done. To do that, I probably have to clean about 50 pair a week.
If you know someone doing good works in your community, you can nominate them for Hometown Hero. Just visit our website and click on the Features tab. The city of La Crescent celebrating the installation of 61 rooftop solar panels at the Aquatic Center. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held to mark the completion of the project, funded in part by a Solar on Public Buildings grant, which covered 60% of the equipment costs.
The fact that it's basically facing due south, it has no or little to no shading on it. It's a new building, so it's a really great candidate for solar.
The initiative will lower greenhouse gas emissions and lower the building's energy costs. Viterbo University offering free voice and health screenings today. Those screenings cover vocal health and can detect allergies, reflux, nodules, and other lesions. Anyone aged 10 and up can get screened from 11:30 to 1:50 at Viterbo's Nursing Center. If you want to register, go to viterbo.edu. And the YMCA needs your help today. The 4th annual Y Giving Day is a 36-hour fundraiser with a goal of $300,000 for 13 local projects, including food access and veterans' mental health support. The event will be live streamed on the Y's Facebook page, and you can donate by visiting their website. Time now is 6:09. Still ahead, food shelves in Minnesota getting some emergency funding from the governor. And check your freezers. There's a chicken recall to let you know about. And before you book that holiday flight this year, we'll tell you when the best time to score a deal is. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. It is National Chocolate Day. Chocolate comes from the seeds of the cacao tree. Historians documenting the earliest cultivation of cacao seeds at about 1100 BC. Now it is one of the world's most favorite delicacies, of course. As you start to wake up this morning, we leave you with a wake-up call from the USS Lexington, built during World War II for the Navy. You can now visit it in Corpus Christi, Texas, taking a live look there. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Right now, during our fall pet care sale, select large bags of Blaine's brand dog food, just $26.99. 5 gallons of Blaine's diesel oil, $54.99. Rewards members save an extra $5. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
My mission has been a driving factor in my life. I feel the same way about Network Health. Their mission is to create healthy and strong Wisconsin communities. For over 41 years, they've been consistent showing up and helping people throughout Wisconsin. Living and working in the communities they serve explains the high-quality customer service. They're serving their friends, families, and neighbors. If you're looking for a health plan that recognizes you as a person, not a number, look no further than Network Health.
At Johnson Tractor, we know farming isn't just a job, it's a way of life. That's why we're proud to be your trusted New Holland dealer, delivering top-of-the-line equipment and unmatched support. From the field to the barn, our team is here to keep you running strong with reliable service and expertise you can count on. Johnson Tractor, your New Holland dealer of choice. Visit us today and experience the difference.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get $2.9 for 66 plus $37.50 in total savings on F-150 or lease F-150 for $3.99 a month.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Freddy. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
Welcome back. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announcing $4 million in emergency funding for food shelves in that state. Every food shelf in Tribal Nation will get a base amount of $5,000. The rest will be distributed based on need. Right now, more than 440,000 Minnesotans rely on SNAP benefits.
As this continues to go on, it will become much more of a crisis. And it may not feel like a crisis to some folks if you're not depending on all these different services, but it will eventually all start to come home.
Walz also said the goal is to get the money out ASAP before the next round of grocery benefits was set to go out November 1st. Of course, that will not happen now. Nearly 5 million pounds of Hormel frozen chicken has been recalled. The products could contain small pieces of metal. No injuries reported. The recall includes Hormel fire-braised all-natural boneless chicken thigh meat and chicken breast. There's no place like home for the holidays. The trick is getting there. As CBS's Michael George reports, fewer Americans are expected to fly this holiday season, but for those who do, there is a right time to buy that plane ticket.
If you're heading home for the holidays, you have to beat the hustle and bustle first.
I prefer to stay home and not deal with all the chaos.
This year, price pressures have some people checking their list twice. A survey from Bankrate found about 1 in 5 adults say they plan to travel by airplane or stay at a hotel or short-term rental for the upcoming holidays. That's down from 27% last year. And men, Gen Z, and parents with small children were most likely to forego flying.
It's also possible that people might be traveling differently. Like maybe they are cutting back, but they're still doing something. Maybe they're driving instead of flying or picking cheaper accommodations.
Holidays are an expensive time anyway, and it's harder when you have to add on a bigger expense for the travel.
If you are planning to pack your bags and fly, take advantage of strategic timing.
Buying early isn't necessarily the best way to save money. The airlines know this, and they price accordingly.
Akhtar Zaman is CEO of the travel search engine Skiplagged. He says the best time to book Thanksgiving travel is 3 weeks ahead of time. For Christmas, that sweet spot is 2 weeks in advance.
As time gets closer, their projections might be off, and that usually leads to price dropping.
Flexibility may also keep costs in check.
You can zig when others zag. Traveling on the holiday itself is actually a real bargain.
That could help make merry while saving money. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And don't forget to book your holiday travel soon. Thanksgiving just 30 days away. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, once again, taking you quickly back over to areas by Jamaica real quick, back into looking at Melissa here. You can see it's 175-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are going to continue to work its way across the island and island nation of Jamaica. And as that continues to stretch across going towards Cuba, we're talking about catastrophic flooding as you get right back through Jamaica. And we're talking about storm surge that is going to be relentless. Not only are they going to get it from one side, they're going to get it on the back side as well and across most of the sides of the island as well. You'll pick up more of that storm activity with more flash flooding potential going into Cuba. That continues to stretch as a Category 4 hurricane. That is just massive. And then once it gets down along the coastal areas of the Atlantic seaboard, you're seeing a Category 2 hurricane, which is still pretty strong, but that kind of drifts off away from it and continues to go well up to the north. All right, so that being said, this is what it will look like as it goes with the effects of the winds and the effects of the storm surge working over the island. This wind will continue to push all that moisture right up towards Mandeville, and that continues to get into Kingston as well. As that does, that will continue to bring in more flash flooding and potential moisture. That moisture, that surge is going to continue to build and build, and they're talking about 19 to possibly 20 feet of that moving all the way into the inland areas up along the mountains there. Then it goes over the island and continues to move across, and then up and out it goes. So that's what's happening there. So that's some scary stuff in the fall. If you've ever been in a hurricane, you know it's scary, but that is a catastrophic looking hurricane. My goodness. All right, getting into current temperatures, 30s for the potential for frost this early morning, giving way to some late day shower potential in the forecast. It'll go light to moderate possibly, and then breaking down as the moderate rainfall moves more to the west, back towards the Minnesota area. We'll hold on to 48-degree temperatures in the morning for the kids going to school today, and then back down to 57 degrees for La Crosse, as you can see, with rainfall potential coming in the late day for those that are having after-school sports. They'll be in the rainfall. Off to school for Eau Claire, you're looking at 39 degrees for the morning, a cold start with frost potential. Heading home, you're looking at 54 degrees. Still about seasonal average, though, but on the cooler side. That rainfall will continue to push through the region, as I mentioned before, with temperatures in the 50s. You'll see that as well, but holding on to how this all counteracts with this dry air. It tries to get up along the area, but it starts to build up from the south. When it does, it goes to light to moderate for Prairie du Chien, Boswell as well, getting towards La Crosse with lighter rainfall. The moderate rainfall is over Decorah, as you can see, and continues to build all along the lines, well, just going towards Viroqua, but most of it is just west of the river, still holding on to a plentiful rainfall going to La Crosse as well. But we're only looking at maybe 1/10 of an inch or so as this continues to swirl up and out of the region. It goes to drier, as we can see. Eau Claire is already dried out, getting out of the cloud field, and then by the time we get in the noon hour, we're pretty much done with all that rainfall. In fact, we have partly cloudy skies on the way. There's a look at 1/10 of an inch or less, and most of that is on the other side of the river. We'll hold on to the possibility of this as we go into the day. You'll see more sunshine for tomorrow, getting into conditions in the 50s on the cooler side once again. Then once we get out of that, you'll see Wednesday's highs in the 50s, also similar to what we're going to see today as well this early morning. We'll give in to how this all affects going into the next few days, and you're looking at temperatures to go from 57 all the way down to 48 degrees, and then the low 50s come back again. Your Halloween will be pretty nice, but mostly cloudy skies will occur.
Thank you, Art. The government shutdown is delaying new national dietary guidelines, what that means for school meals and nutrition programs. And one simple step to keep your heart healthier while you sleep, coming up after the morning sports blitz.
Coming up in the Blitz, reliving the Sunday night showdown. Thoughts from Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love after the Packer win, plus some postseason volleyball action over in Minnesota. We'll see you back here in just a few moments.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
I have been working at Firefighters Credit Union for over 20 years and been in the mortgage business for 30 years. We get a lot of people that like to shop around, and I encourage people to shop around for mortgages. And the one thing that you hear over and over is that we're for real. What they hear on the commercials is what they see when they come and see any of our employees. All these things together are what make Firefighters Credit Union the team you can trust.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
The most wonderful stories start at Macy's Friends and Family. Take 30% off our best brands, plus 15% off beauty and fragrance. Or Star Rewards members can earn even more Star money. Only at Macy's Friends and Family, going on now.
Snow decorations outside, have their porch light on, have a bowl of candy out on the step. They can't wear Halloween costumes. Nothing that makes it appear as though a child should come up to their house to ask for candy.
Knowing the rules for predators and Halloween, Thursday at 6.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, last year it was the Cotter Ramblers who ended the Caledonia Warriors season in the Section 1 AA semifinals. Those two teams each in action last night in quarterfinal action with a potential playoff rematch looming. Warriors entering this one as the 5th-ranked team in Class 2A. First set, the 1 seed in the bracket came ready to fire. Kenzie King rises up and gets the point for the Warriors, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the 9 seed. Look at the incredible dig here by Dover Iota, and then Shelby Clark able to slam it home to get the kill. Later in the set, Adrian Lang able to push it past the front line of the Eagles, and it'll be out of reach as Caledonia goes up by 3, and Lang would not stop there. This time showing off the touch at the net, getting it up and over the defense for the point, and the Warriors showing why they're the top seed. Another great dig here in the back. Turns into a point for Caledonia, and they would get this one in a win by a final of 3-1. And the 5th seed taking on the 4 seed over on court 1. Cotter would lose the first set, but pick it up in the second. Emily Ubel sends one over the net, and it would get deflected and hit the hardwood for the kill. Later in the set, Camry McCall hits a heater, and that one is too hot to handle. And the defense of Cotter delivering in crunch time as well. Elena Hardy is going to send it back, and Cotter would win the second set 25-23, and that's all the momentum the Ramblers needed as they go on to win the match 3-1. They move on to play Caledonia for a postseason rematch from last year on Thursday at 6 o'clock. And how about that for a primetime football game? One of the most anticipated regular season contests in Packer history, featuring the teacher and the student, Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, which ended in a 10-point Green Bay win. Matt LaFleur might have to start writing a book on halftime speeches because, again, Green Bay looked flat in the first half, and then the team turned it up a notch in every facet of the game after the intermission, and they'd go on to outscore the Steelers 28-9 in the second half. The offense was efficient on the ground and through the air, and the defense made the necessary stops to give the team a great chance to win. It was a night that many won't forget for a while, including Rodgers and Love.
I thought J-Love played great, and he was super efficient. You know, he didn't get sacked, moved around really well, made some plays outside the pocket. Thought he played outstanding.
Yeah, man, it was quick. You know, just said good game. You know, obviously keep going for the rest of the season. Want him to stay healthy, and you know, I got a lot of love for him. So it was very fun to go against him, and told him that I needed that jersey. We're going to exchange those at a later time.
So there remains only 4 quarterbacks ever that have beaten every single team, as Rodgers' bid to become the 5th falls just short. Packers now sit alone atop the NFC with a 5-1-1 overall record. All right, does it for your morning Tuesday Blitz on News 8 here. We'll see you back here later tonight.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
It's the Veterans Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Right now is the best time to save with store-wide sale prices, special financing, and free gas just for shopping at Drury's. Only at Drury's will you find beautiful sofas and chairs, solid wood bedrooms and dining rooms, the area's best selection of top grain leather, plus a design team to help you put it all together. Great sale prices, special financing, and free gas. Now during the Veterans Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Give your room a grand finish with Pittsburgh's Grand Distinction Interior Paint. It's a paint and primer that offers excellent hide and coverage with a tough, resilient finish. Pick up a gallon starting at $28.99 after rebate. Keep your walls looking fresh with the most protection with Revolution Interior Paint and Primer in 1. It's extremely resistant to scuffs and stains. Get a gallon starting at $47.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Where's my donut?
I have no idea. Savor life's sweetest moments with a 3-pack of premium donuts on sale for just $2.99.
Hi, my name is Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 48. Hard water causes scale buildup, dry skin, and stained laundry. If you see these signs, call us at 608-781-8088.
Alexandra Carter on News 8 Now.
Are you ready for some late day rainfall? Some late rainfall? Well, maybe on the way. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, Hurricane Melissa is bearing down on Jamaica with catastrophic flooding and deadly landslides as millions brace for impact. And thousands of Wisconsinites set to lose SNAP benefits Saturday. We'll show you where families can get help. Still ahead, a free seminar this week will help local businesses navigate new employment laws. We've got details from the attorney hosting it just ahead. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Tuesday, October 28th, 6:29 a.m. Hope your morning's off to a good start. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett, tracking the latest weather conditions for us. A little chilly, cool fall day today we've got on hand.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's 33 degrees. I just cannot understand what that feels like right now, and I don't want to. But folks in Black River Falls do right now. 40 in La Crosse and 39 as you get into Eau Claire. We're looking at late day showers possibly coming in. They're looking at light to moderate right now, but for now they're looking even lighter here, getting into a 30 to 40% chance building up as we go through the evening commute. Eau Claire will follow suit as well. High temperatures today in the 50s, pretty much seasonal, but on the cooler side of things. We'll hold on to the wind gusts also picking up as well. We'll see winds up to possibly 22 miles per hour. Then that'll be done by the time we get through the evening commute. We'll also find ourselves getting into this though. More showers coming back after the 8 o'clock hour, going into the 10 o'clock hour for La Crosse. We'll see similar conditions for Eau Claire, but it's more along the lines of a 20% chance of that getting down to the ground. So it's not likely you're seeing that rainfall actually possibly happening. We'll get right back into it with the water vapor imagery with dry air to the east, and that means that rainfall is going to be kind of meager for us. We're looking at maybe 1/10 of an inch or less. Tomorrow's lows in the 30s once again, so you're seeing those temperatures drop down a wee bit. You're also seeing more of those temperatures even lower as we go through Halloween as well. I'll be talking about this again when I return.
Thank you, Art. A developing story, Hurricane Melissa barreling down on Jamaica this morning as a powerful Category 5 storm. It's expected to slam the island with winds up to 175 miles an hour and as much as 30 inches of rain. U.S. tourists stranded on the island now hunkering down after their flights were canceled. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn reports.
Millions in Jamaica are bracing for monster Hurricane Melissa, bringing the threat of forceful winds, catastrophic flooding, and deadly landslides.
She's slow and she's wide, so all areas of the island are expected to feel some impact.
Jamaica's Red Cross has set up shelters around the island.
We have been disseminating drinking water, cleaning kits, hygiene kits.
Ahead of the storm, local business owners boarded up doors and windows and piled sandbags.
We are just praying for the less worst to happen.
Stranded tourists are hunkering down in hotels.
We just came to have a good time, and now we're kind of stuck here.
That includes St. Louis hairdresser Marnice Stewart, who's riding out her first hurricane at a Montego Bay resort.
They've been giving us care packages that have like cups of noodles, tuna sandwiches, continue to pray for Jamaica.
In southern Florida, home to the second largest Jamaican American population in the U.S., volunteers packed boxes of food, water, and other supplies in hopes of getting vital aid to the island nation as soon as it's safe to do so.
I have a lot of family back home in Jamaica that will potentially be impacted by this. We're really nervous for them, but we're, very hopeful.
The strongest storm of the year is also expected to slam Cuba and parts of the Bahamas sometime between today and tomorrow. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And there are already reports of power outages and downed trees in Jamaica this morning. The National Hurricane Center also warning total structural failure is possible in places within the eye wall of the storm. We will keep you updated there, of course. And closer to home, a Sparta teacher accused of child abuse is out on bond. Melanie Hines works at Southside Early Learning Center. She's accused of slapping a 5-year-old special education student during gym. The judge setting a $10,000 signature bond with no contact conditions. She remains on administrative leave. It is day 28 of the government shutdown, causing anxiety for thousands of Wisconsinites. Their SNAP benefits are set to end on Saturday. What will they do? News 8 Now's Grace Monk takes a look at one local solution.
With SNAP benefits set to expire this weekend, La Crosse residents are working to stock little food pantries like this one across town. Over 700,000 Wisconsinites won't receive food share benefits on Saturday. Families on SNAP receive an average of $177 per month for groceries. Janice Hosworth and her neighbors work to keep the Washburn pantry stocked all year. She says it's great to see people stepping up and hopes they'll continue the effort after the shutdown ends.
Just like everybody else, their checks don't stretch. Okay? From payday, to payday, they still need this food, or they have kids, or they have unexpected family stop by. It's a lot of different reasons why people use it.
Hosworth says she usually stocks a pantry with non-perishable food items and hygiene products. You can find a list of Little Pantry locations on our website. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
The Black River Falls School District could ask voters to approve an operating referendum for the first time since 1993. Officials say the district will get less state aid next year because the area's property values went up 13%, higher than the state average. Last night, attendees largely supported a resolution to adopt a levy of about $8 million, but the vote is not binding. District officials will continue considering their options. The La Crosse Public Library honoring the life and legacy of beloved children's librarian Medora Nelson Ferris. Last night, a celebration of Medora's magic brought together friends, family, and community members to share stories and remember her impact. Nelson Ferris was killed in a hit-and-run last month. The library says she touched countless lives through her dedication to children and literacy.
She was the kind of person that no matter if you had only met her once, she knew your name, she remembered something important about you. She spent hours of her own time to make everything bigger and better for the kids that were here, to make sure that they had a positive connection with the library. And I think she's made our staff all better librarians because of it.
She will be truly missed, and normal library hours set to resume today. The city of La Crescent is celebrating the installation of 61 rooftop solar panels at the Aquatic Center. A ribbon-cutting ceremony held to mark the completion of that project, funded in part by a Solar on Public Buildings grant, which covered 60% of the equipment costs.
The fact that it's basically facing due south, it has no or little to no shading on it. It's a new building, so it's a really great candidate for solar.
The initiative will lower greenhouse gas emissions and lower the building's energy costs. Viterbo University offering free voice and health screenings today. The screenings cover vocal health and can detect allergies, reflux, nodules, and other lesions. Anyone 10 and older can get screened from 11:30 to 1:50 at Viterbo's Nursing Center. You can register at viterbo.edu. And the YMCA needs your help today. The 4th annual Y Giving Day is a 36-hour fundraiser with a goal of $300,000 for 13 local projects, including food access and veterans' mental health support. You can donate on the Y's website. New national dietary guidelines are delayed because of the government shutdown. The guidelines were set to be finalized by the end of the month. They're now expected in December. Major changes are expected to the government's recommendations for healthy diet. The guidelines, updated every 5 years, also impact school meals and federal nutrition programs. A new study finds sleeping with the lights off may help keep your heart healthier. People exposed to bright light while sleeping had a 56% higher risk of heart failure. They were also more likely to develop coronary artery disease and stroke. Scientists say nighttime light interferes with the body's circadian rhythm and blocks production of the sleep hormone melatonin. Open enrollment is back, a time when people can enroll, renew, or change healthcare plans for the upcoming year. But most will suffer sticker shock this year, as Maribel Gonzalez reports.
If you obtain health insurance through work,
the total health cost of health benefits is going to rise by 6.5% next year, and that is the highest increase we've seen in 15 years.
Beth Umlin from the consulting firm Mercer says employees will feel it through paycheck deductions, as employers may shift more healthcare costs to staffers.
The same healthcare service and good that you bought last year is going to be higher.
A survey by KFF, a nonpartisan health policy research group, found weight loss drug use is driving up costs for some larger firms.
Many of those employers told us that their spending was higher than they expected, and that the GLP-1s was making up a big part of their prescription drug spending.
Separately, Marketplace customers could see premiums more than double next year if Affordable Care Act enhanced tax credits expire.
We've been paying about $650 a month, and according to the new premiums, they would go up to about between $1,900 to $2,000 for the same plan.
Small business owner Michelle Mazer and her husband are facing tough choices.
It would either be me re-entering the workforce and shutting down my small business, or he needs to come out of retirement and go back to work.
So what can consumers do to navigate the costs?
It's kind of a joke that people typically spend less time picking out a health plan than picking out a television, but this would be a year to really focus in on all the options.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, August is 8 months. He loves bouncing and his bouncer and getting attention.
We love his mean mug. You go, August. And Quincy is 8. He loves to tell jokes and spend time with his friends and family. And we love your cat there, Quincy.
Right on. If you know especially someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 80 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button on the Home tab. Workplace laws are changing fast, and local employers need to keep up. An attorney joins us next with what you need to know about a seminar this week.
Emmy-nominated comedian and actor Roy Wood Jr. is coming to La Crosse. He'll perform stand-up comedy Saturday, November 1st at the Viterbo University Fine Arts Center. Order tickets at 608-796-3100 or online at viterbofineartscenter.com.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Holman. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Slow? Yeah, I know a thing or two about that. And slow is good when it comes to a progressive disease like CKD. Jardiance is a once-daily pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
You could say, hello like taking it slow. And with CKD, slow is the way to go. Ask your doctor about Jardiance for chronic kidney disease today.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. Get crispy tacos for just $1.39 every Taco Tuesday, only at Taco John's.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans. Compare drug coverage. Compare costs. See if you can save. And make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare plans now at Medicare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Emmy-nominated comedian and actor Roy Wood Jr. is coming to La Crosse. He'll perform stand-up comedy Saturday, November 1st at the Viterbo University Fine Arts Center. Order tickets at 608-796-3100 or online at ViterboFineArtsCenter.com.
All right, good morning to you. I'm going to take you right back to our local weather here, holding on to current temperatures now, still in the 30s and the 40s. In fact, you may see a little bit of freezing or possibility of some frost in the forecast there for Black River Falls. Areas by Sparta, you may get that a little bit too. But right now, you're in the 42-degree mark side data because across is 40 degrees. Holding on to rainfall, though, potentially. Clouds will increase as we go through the morning hours. So the kids going to school, you're going to school in some sunshine right now for La Crosse. Eau Claire will have some cloud cover that will be staying with us for the better part of the day. You're going to see that cloud cover still sticking around as well, holding on to this rainfall, trying to get down to the ground. Now, still kind of well west of our area. I mean, just very well west of our area. So late day rainfall coming around the 6 o'clock hour or so for the kids that are still holding on to practices outside and about. You'll hold on to some drier conditions coming up from the south as well. And then a big storm coming up from Dallas all the way up towards St. Louis as well. So we'll see some of that moisture possibly try to get into the area later on as we get into tomorrow morning. We'll also see highs today holding on to 50s and of course widespread. We'll see temperatures to be seasonably cool, but of course we're on the cooler side of that scale. We'll get into your day. As you can see, more shower potential trying to get in the forecast as we go into Tuesday. Right around the 3 o'clock hour, that starts to fill in light to moderate showers. Everybody else by La Crosse and going eastward, having maybe a sprinkle too or light showers, if that at all. You'll be seeing Eau Claire still in that by the time we get the 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock hour. Light to moderate showers kind of move away from La Crosse. Then we get into drier conditions for Eau Claire by the time we get the 10 o'clock hour. We're also seeing more of that showers move back to the west again, where the bulk of the rainfall is going to be. You're still going to be seeing rainfall as we get into 2 o'clock hour in the region, and that gets out of the way and pretty much done for all of that account going into drier conditions for sunrise tomorrow, and that carries all the way over into your Wednesday afternoon. We're looking at partly cloudy skies with the rainfall maybe a tenth of an inch or less in the forecast. So that's that. All that dry air took that rainfall away, but we get into tomorrow. We have sunshine in the forecast, holding on to clouds decreasing for you with the possibility of, again, partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny skies to finish your day. Temperatures in the lower 50s. Still seasonal though, believe it or not, by 1 degree. Holding on to Wednesday's highs, we're looking at 50s. Widespread again, similar to what we're seeing today as well, except we'll see less rainfall. We get into your Halloween forecast, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're seeing some rainfall in the forecast for your Halloween from 2 o'clock all the way to 10 o'clock from the afternoon into the evening hours. But it's supposed to be a 10% chance of that occurring. Mostly cloudy skies becoming cloudy, and then breaking back down to partly cloudy skies going in the overnight hours. Here's the rainfall you can see right there from Friday going into your Saturday. Then we see that dissipate. We're seeing drier conditions for Sunday though, believe it or not. So we get into your Halloween, we're looking at the possibility of, again, temperatures to get around 50, so a little bit on the cooler side. Then eventually you're going to be getting into cooler conditions to finish out the remainder of the work week and into the weekend. And eventually next week we start you back up into the low 50s and below seasonal averages. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. Well, new this morning, with workplace laws constantly changing, local employers are facing more challenges than ever, from AI to data security and new overtime regulations. It can be tough to keep up. We're joined this morning by attorney Brent Smith to tell us about this week's employment seminar. Good morning, Brent. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
All right, so you guys are getting ready to host your 21st annual employment law seminar Thursday. What can people expect there?
Well, I think, as you said, it's an update trying to the law, which we always try to do. 3 areas this year. One on protecting protecting confidential information, the second on writing employee handbooks, what should be in them, and the third on wage and hour law, trying to keep current with that. Those are the 3 areas that we'll try to cover.
Okay, all important topics there.
So are there any other bigger challenges other than that?
Well, I think there's still the overarching issue in the workplace today is still adapting to remote work or hybrid work. I mean, I think even though it seems, it's 4 or 5 years ago we really went down that road, we're still adapting to that. You can see it in every law, every change, every area of the law. Somehow that the hybrid or the remote work has to be addressed.
Okay, interesting, because we do hear a lot of people going back to the office now, but it is still very much a concern.
Very much. I think it's still, it's, I don't know what the percentages are, but it's still it's much different than it was 10 years ago.
Okay, still something to work with there. And so there are also some new Department of Labor overtime regulations. What should employers know there?
Well, here's the Department of Labor issues regulations that says to be an exempt employee, that is one that is not eligible for overtime, you have to earn a certain amount of money.
Right.
Or it's a minimum amount of money. And last year, the Department of Labor upped that considerably.
Okay.
And said in fact, they're almost doubling it, how much you have to be. A court in Texas late last year threw that out, said they couldn't do that. Okay. So what we're now back into is actually the 2019 standards for what the minimum amount is before you can have somebody exempt and not eligible for overtime. And the Department of Labor is kind of wrestling with, are they going to stick with 2019 or are they going to change that? And so that's something that employers should be watching.
Okay, yeah, that sounds confusing and complicated. So they'll be glad to get your advice
that
there.
Almost sounds like 1950s kind of law right there. Going, you can't have a raise. Sorry, can't do overtime.
Well, definitely, I think on an area that was very controversial, and it was very challenged in several different courts, and eventually one court had the ability to stop it nationwide.
Okay, and still dealing with that today.
So who's going to be at the seminar? Who should be at the seminar?
I think basically anybody who at a business deals with HR issues, and sometimes in larger companies, obviously you have an HR person who's designated that. But in some of the smaller companies, it's the president of the company or somebody who's dealing. So anybody who is really dealing with HR issues on a day in, day out basis, I think would benefit by the seminar.
Okay, we've got the information up on the screen now. So people can still register, right? We do that online.
Yes, they can do it online at johnsterlingcollins.com, or they can call us at 784-5678.
Okay, great to know there. And then it's Thursday at 7:30. And where is it taking place?
WTC at the Lunda Center.
Okay, and so this is 21st year doing this. Why is this so valuable for the community? Why do you think it's, people have kept showing up now for over 2 decades?
Well, I think that it's important for employers to keep updated on the law.
Yeah.
One of the things I think makes you a better employer is to keep you updated. And if you're updated and you're following the law, it makes it a better workplace, I think, for everyone, and it minimizes your liability that you might make a mistake that might cost you in the end.
Okay, and what do you hope that people who attend, what do you hope they take away from the seminar?
Any seminar, I hope you take away 2 or 3 things that you said, gee, that's new. I got to make sure where we've updated our employee handbook, I've updated our confidentiality policy, or something to do with the third thing is wage and hours. But some little thing from each area which can help them in everyday employment matters.
Okay, great. All right, well, that is Thursday at 7:30. So thank you for being here to tell us about it.
Thank you for having me.
Great to see you again. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about with every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
What should I do next?
Western has the answer.
Do something that excites you.
Do something fun. Do something that shows your skills.
Do something that gets you hired to do what you love.
You can do it all at Western Technical College. Choose from more than 90 programs. Invest in you, spend less, and get hired fast. Take that next step. Apply at Western today.
Do something for you.
Dental implants are often the best solution to severe dental issues. If you have infection in your mouth, it does cause trouble other places. A lot of people ignore infection for way too long. And when they finally do something about it, they say not only do they like what they did here, but they feel better overall. In the end, you can have a smile you're proud of and a very healthy mouth.
We're an implant-focused practice. If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
The independent living is really nice because you have your own apartment and it's just like living at home.
Although I thought I was way too young to be moving in a place like this, finding Welcome Home was just like finding a home.
Live your life the way you want to and don't have to worry about all the other chores and insurance and things like that.
I like that we get a balanced meal.
Those little helps really help me to be independent.
A great percentage of what we do at the Pump House Regional Art Center is impacted by tourists. When tourists come to the La Crosse region, it benefits everyone. They seek out many opportunities to experience theater, concerts, outdoor, wildlife, dining. It connects us all.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Snow decorations outside, have their porch light on, have a bowl of candy out on the step. They can't wear Halloween costumes. Nothing that makes it appear as though a child should come up to their house to ask for candy.
Knowing the rules for predators and Halloween, Thursday at 6.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now. First Warn meteorologist Art Jarrett. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The La Crosse Does faced off against local priests in a basketball game last night. The Does took on the Diocesan Padres with league rules including no running, no jumping, and everyone wears oven mitts. The La Crosse Does are also recruiting anyone over 50 to join their league. It is 6:54, time for your morning news now. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announcing $4 million in emergency funding for food shelves in that state. Each food shelf in Tribal Nation will get a base amount of $5,000. The rest of the money will be distributed based on need. Right now, more than 440,000 Minnesotans rely on SNAP.
As this continues to go on, it will become much more of a crisis. And it may not feel like a crisis to some folks if you're not depending on all these different services, but it will eventually all start to come home.
Walz also said the goal is to get the money out as soon as possible before the next round of grocery benefits was supposed to be handed out on November 1st. Viterbo is hosting free voice and health screenings today. That'll cover vocal health and can detect allergies, reflux, nodules, and lesions. Anyone 10 and up can get screened from 11:30 to 1:50 at Viterbo's Nursing Center.
All right, we know about the rainfall. We know it's late day, but I'm talking Halloween, man. Hey, this thing is, we may see a little light rainfall getting into your forecast there. It's only a 10% chance right now, but I just showed you a little earlier. There may be a light sprinkle or two working down from north to south across the region from Eau Claire all the way down to areas down to Prairie du Chien as well. And then up and out we go. We'll see temperatures mostly in the 40s and the 50s, giving way to similar conditions as we finish out, going to cooler conditions for your weekend. Have a great day and be safe out there.
All right, Art, thank you. And thank you for waking up with us. Coming up at noon. Noon will mark the start of the 36-hour YMCA Giving Day. We'll have more on their fundraiser and how you can help.